Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility, bringing you new reviews, new releases, all the damn time, all week long, whenever the mood strikes us, not just on Wednesdays anymore. Today, we're going to take a look at the late 2024 release from this Norwegian band. Actually, it appears like both of their albums, their first and second albums, came out last year, that I can tell. So, both recorded a little earlier. One, I think, was recorded in 2020, but I think it was only officially released in 2024 on hard copy on CD. The other one is brand new. The band is called Actionfredag, and that's spelled A-C-T-I-O-N, Action. F as in Frank, R as in Robert, E, D as in David, A as in Apple, G as in George. Actionfredag. And their brand new release, I'm going to totally butcher this, is called Lys Fremtid I Morke. What that means, I have no idea. And this is on a Marque Records. Is it right there? A Marque Records, it's a Spanish label. And this follows up their previous album, which is Toerist I Eget Liv. All right, so I only just got both of these fairly recently. So again, to me, they were both released physical on in 2024, but one like early in the fall, one very late in the year. So we're mainly talking about this one, but I'll talk about both of them. So let's take a look at the digipack here. I mentioned they are a Norwegian band. There's no booklet, so you got everything listed right here. Progressive rock, certainly, but they're, they have a Norwegian flair. So much great music, newer bands coming out of Norway and Scandinavia in general. But man, the last couple of years, when it comes to prog, Norway. So very much prog, but man, this band has a flair for the early Canterbury scene. Halffield in the North, National Health, Gilgamesh, Matching Mole, that sort of thing. If you like that sort of thing, you're going to really love these guys. Let's talk about the band. We've got Katrina Lenore Schoberg on vocals. You've got Askel Valheim Lem on guitars. Ivar Hoglocken Stangeby on keyboards. Espen Fladmo Wolmer on drums. Martin Hella Thornquist on guitars and vocals, and Ola Milla Brulen on bass, along with lots of guests. You ready? Maja Storvik on oboe, Anders Christian Kraberod on ebow guitar, Martin Nordrum Kneppen on recorders, Asia Rie on violin, Marl Mille Brulen on clarinet, Hakon Oftong on flute, Tron Gjellum on cymbals, Christian Frohl on slide guitars, glockenspiel, and percussion, Liv Santos Holm on bass and space synth, and Nikolai Hogseth on French horn. All right, and they thank a lot of the other bands of the Norwegian prog scene, like George Joe, Wobbler, Chronicles of Father Robin, Tusmork, Panzer Papa, Myopic Mind, so on, Samuel Jackson 5, Fractal Distraction, Glutton. So they are well connected within the Norwegian prog scene. So again, just to kind of show you, there's the band right there, and then on the previous album, there you go. So while there are vocals on this album, kind of like the old Canterbury stuff, it's mostly instrumental with vocals interspersed throughout the album. All right, so this is not like verse chorus type stuff at all. It's very spacey, it's very airy, quirky, jazzy, progressive rock with all these different instruments that are kind of like popping in and out of the mix along the way. It's very good. It's very quirky. It's very upbeat music as well. And like I said, when the vocals do come in, for the most part, I believe it's all sung in their native language, even though you do have a couple of English titles of the songs. It's all Norwegian vocals. And pretty damn spectacular. It's not a very long album. This album, specifically the new one, is I think 40 some odd minutes, something like that. So even though there are 11 tracks on here, most of the songs are roughly a minute to 4 minutes long. I think the longest song on here, there's one that's just over 5 minutes, two that are just over 5 minutes. Most of the rest are 3-4 minutes long, couple minute and a half long tracks. The woodwinds kind of circling around the guitars, circling around the keyboards, right? The busy rhythms. It's all very good. This is very difficult for something like this to pick out tracks, right? Because to me, you got to listen to the album start to finish and just get all the little things that are going on. Because again, it's not like, you're not going to pull songs out of here and say, here are the singles, right? Because some of the songs don't even have vocals on them, right? So as an instrumental album, the musicality and the virtuosity is great. The vocals are very well done, right? You got male and female vocals, very, very nice. Planet Beigen Staten or something like that. That's a really good track. You got Cloud Boy Blidbop. I love the tracks, some of these, the names of the tracks. All really, really good stuff. However, my favorite song by far is the very last song, which is called Thank You Cleveland, and Cleveland spelled with a K as opposed to a C. Man, that's big and symphonic and just grandiose and a great way to end this album. But a lot of their album isn't quite like that, right? I think the last track is very, very different. You get all this little, like I said, quirky, kind of like Hatfield and North National Health, lots of little noodling and cool little jazzy, proggy passages, and everything's very charming and smart and quirky and fun. I really like it, and it's grown on me. Because I remember when I first got this album, I liked it, and the first couple of listens, I was kind of like, okay, it's pretty good, and I've grown to like it even more. And, you could argue which one is better of these two. I think they're both equally pretty good. I've been listening more to this of late, so whereas I had this a little bit earlier, I've heard some people say they like the debut a little bit better. Whatever. On the debut, you've got there's just 7 tracks on the debut, and all with really, most of them really long song titles and whatnot. And it's pretty much the same lineup. If looks to be pretty much the same. Maybe less guests overall, but they're both really, really good. I'm going to give both of them a 4 out of 5 star. But whether you want to check the debut out first or go with the latest one, that's completely up to you. Get them both at the same time. I believe Ken Golden at lasercd.com's got one or the other or both. I know he had the first. I got them both from him, but he's like, Pete, you're going to love these guys. I know you love the quirky Canterbury stuff. I'm like, yeah, I do. And this falls right in line. A bunch of Norwegians doing Canterbury. Sure, why not? So like I said, they don't really sound like Wobbler and all those other Norwegian symphonic prog bands. They're definitely more coming from a British Canterbury side of things, and they do it very, very well. I like the design of the CDs too. They're kind of cool, kind of, like I said, quirky like the music. So go check them out, see what you think, and I'll drop the Bandcamp page where you can go check both albums out down in the comments below for you to go listen, see what you think, and let us know. This is on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as a post, and please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, our Cameo page, and the Sea of Tranquility Sea of Tranquility membership options. I already said merch page. Membership and merch. I always get them confused. I always want to say one or the other. I don't know why. I'll get it one of these days. I got the olds, as Chris Allo always says. Anyway, all that stuff is below. Thank you in advance for all your support there. And we'll see you soon here with more reviews coming at you all week long. I should have a bunch more for you this week. And as I'm hopefully going to be all caught up maybe by next week with 2024 stuff, unless I keep buying more 2024 stuff, which is highly likely, right? Because, you can't just have everything, right? But pretty soon the 2025 stuff should be rolling in. It's early still. It's been pretty slow so far. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Pete Pardo. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.